Come. Hey, what's up, guys? Here we are in the college football playoff. We are picking here, and we got great games. We're not only gonna do the playoffs here, we're gonna do other ones. Let's just move this a little. So, we have a guest picker today. Out of the thing, he's gonna be doing it all. My dad, of course. He is ready for this.
Talk some football.
College football here. And make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure it's gray. Hit that like button. Turn on notification bell. Post a comment, and here we go. First, we got on January 1, on New Year's Day, Penn State taking on Arkansas. You want to go?
Yeah, Penn State really limped towards the end of the season with some bad losses. They've had a few key defensive players opt out of this game. I don't know, not quite sure where their head is for this. I'm going to go with the Razorbacks just because I don't think Penn State is in a good mindset right now. Played poorly at the end of the season.
So who
I said Arkansas.
Who do you think is gonna what's the final score?
Oh, you want a final score?
Yeah, Tim.
I'll say 24-14.
Okay. In this one in Tampa Bay, Penn State has been slowing down a little from this season. They've been an up and down season. This game, it's been up and down every time. Up the hill, down the hill. But Arkansas has had the same problem this year. I mean, they were coming into the season. They came into 6th spot versus Georgia and then got destroyed. So really, I don't know who I'm going to pick here, but really got Arkansas here. They're really the one to win in this game. Favored by 1. So I got them winning it here. Let's go with a highly score. 35-24. Next game we have is at 1 ET in the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl with Oklahoma State taking on Notre Dame. You go.
Well, Notre Dame, obviously with the turmoil, Brian Kelly leaving, you got Marcus Freeman stepping up, his way to chance to put a stamp on the program. I don't think Notre Dame's offense has a lot of firepower to hang with Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State, very close to being a playoff team had they beaten Baylor. So, I like Oklahoma State in this one. Notre Dame has not played well in bowl games for a handful of years now. I like Oklahoma State. Maybe a little bit of a shootout, but I'm going to say 38-34.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oklahoma State, they've been great all season. Yeah, they really had just 1 yard away from the Baylor win, but could not get to it. Notre Dame was pretty close to it in this one, was going to do it, but then Georgia lost to Alabama, so they stole their spot right there. And Cincinnati got in. So really, Notre Dame, I mean, with Brian Kelly leaving, it's not the best in the world right now. So Oklahoma State really has been great. But Notre Dame, I feel like they're going to win this one here versus Oklahoma State. Even though there's a new coach coming, I still got them and training them well. So I got the final score, Notre Dame winning it 31-21. Next game we have is also at 1 ET, is Iowa and Kentucky in the Verbo Citrus Bowl. Citrus Bowl. And UK is favored this one by 3, but you take it away.
Iowa's another team that didn't play great at the end of the year. They were ranked number 2 at one point this season. They got destroyed by Michigan in the Big Ten Championship. Kentucky had a good year. Really got destroyed in that tough game against Georgia. But all in all, had a solid season. But I like Kirk Ferentz's squad to kind of rally this game. He seems to get his team ready for some big bowl games over the years. I say Iowa wins a low-scoring game. I'm going to say a score of 17-13.
Okay. Next game we have is I have to pick. Never mind. Iowa has been great this season. I mean, just that outstanding comeback versus Nebraska at the end of the year. But Kentucky's been also one of those teams who've been up and down like these teams all over the country this year. I feel like they've been fighting a lot. I mean, Kentucky has just been doing not really great, but really Iowa has been great this way. Spencer Petras is going to get some touchdowns this game. I mean, I don't think they're the most explosive offense, but neither is Kentucky. So I got a low-scoring game in the final score, about 14-10. And the next game we have is the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California, at 5 ET, with Ohio State and Utah Utes. You took it over.
Yeah, obviously Ohio State was a team that had playoffs on their mind, had a difficult loss to Michigan. You wonder where their heads at in this game. Back in the day, going to the Rose Bowl was very prestigious. Now it seems like a consolation prize. In fact, they have 4 guys, including Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson, who would be first-round picks, are opting out. So 4 players total, 3 on offense. I do think that, for Utah, this is a massive game. This is the largest game they've ever played. They're expected to have about 3/4 of the stadium full of Utah fans. None of their players are opting out. I like Ohio State to win in a close one, though. I do. I think C.J. Stroud, Travion Henderson rally. I think the defense probably has a little bit of pride after getting beat up against Michigan, something to prove. I think the Buckeyes squeak out a tough one. I'm going to say a score of 31-27.
Okay. Utah, I mean, they're really taking this game seriously. I mean, this is like a regular season game for them. They're really, not opting out. This is, one of the toughest games for them. This is going to be, in the books right now for Utah. But Ohio State, since they're out of the playoffs, they don't want their chances anymore. Usually they make the playoffs every year. From that loss to Michigan, I don't think they've really wanted to be on the bright side anymore. I mean, they just want their season to be over. With Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, Nicholas Petit, Haskell Garrett, all out this game. But there could be more. I mean, Ohio State's never taken chances about this game. They just want to move on to the next season. So really, I would think Utah would win this, but Ohio State, just with that explosive offense, even without the 2 star wide receivers, I still feel like they're going to win this one in a pretty close one. Well, yeah, really close. 35-31. And the next game we have in New Orleans, Los Angeles. We got the All-State Sugar Bowl on January 1 at 8:45 AT. It's Baylor and Ole Miss. You take it away.
Yeah, well, if you like offense, you like points, this is a game to watch. There's going to be a lot of points. 2 very high-scoring teams. Matt Corral and company have had an excellent year. Lane Kiffin's done a great job there. Again, Baylor, champs of the Big 12 with that dramatic victory over Oklahoma State. I think Baylor's going to squeak out a shootout with a lot of changes of lead changes throughout the game. I'm going to say 41-38.
Okay. Ole Miss is favored this one with Lane Kiffin and Matt Corral with great ones. Matt Corral is probably I'm pretty sure is going to the NFL draft. In my opinion, he'll probably get drafted by the Broncos. But Baylor is the Big 12 champions. Congratulations. I would not think they really are, but they are. Ole Miss has been great, but one of those teams, they're one of those teams in the SEC who's been fighting a lot in those hard teams. Georgia, Alabama, keeps going on. SEC is a very hard conference, but I really got Ole Miss winning this one. I mean, they've been great. They've been fighting a lot of SEC teams. I feel like they can pull it off versus these Big 12 champs. I feel like they're winning it here. Let's go with 42-35. And then finally, we have the playoffs on Friday, which is 1 Alabama, 2 Michigan, 3 Georgia, 4 Cincinnati. In the first game, it's at 3:30 ET. The Cotton Bowl Classic, Cincinnati and Alabama. Take it away, Dad.
Well, all the Cincinnati players have been hearing for the past month is how they're not as good as Alabama. Alabama has all these 5-star stud recruits who are future NFL players. Nothing that Cincinnati has personnel-wise comes close to Alabama. But this is a very good team. Desmond Ridder is a senior quarterback. You're talking about a team that I think has the longest winning streak in the country. Went to Notre Dame and beat them this year. If you recall, Cincinnati should have really beat Georgia last year in the bowl game if it weren't for some poor clock management at the end and a long field goal by Georgia. So I think this is a Cincinnati team that is more confident than a lot of people think. They feel strongly that they can hang with Alabama. I think at the end of the day, Alabama might have a little bit too much firepower at the end. Bryce Young and company pulls it out closer than expected, though. I'm going to say a final score of 34-30.
So Alabama's moving on.
Alabama, yes, in a close one.
A close one. Okay, Cincinnati, they've been going into this game. I mean, they've been great. I mean, they're the only undefeated team left in the country. So really, they've been fighting all this week. Cincinnati's been winning all of these games. They've had their opportunity, and now it's time for Alabama. Alabama's got more power. I mean, John Mechie, I don't think is playing, is he?
No, but you got
Mechie
Jameson
But
Williams.
you got Jameson Williams. It is unstoppable this season. And Bryce Young, the Heisman winner, could pull off some great ones. But Desmond Ridder is going to throw some touchdowns. But really, Alabama's got more power than them. They're going to, at the end of the game, they're going to be so tired. But Alabama's just going to be getting started. So really, I got Alabama winning this one by, let's go with 45-35. And then, finally, the 7:30 p.m., the Capital One Orange Bowl. We got free Georgia taking on to Michigan in Hard Rock Stadium. Take it away.
Yeah, I think this is the game that most people are looking forward to. They expect it to be a very competitive game, as well as I do. I mean, obviously, on one side, you have a Georgia team that most people thought was the most dominant team in their regular season until their final game when they really got beat up by Alabama. Conversely, you have the Michigan team who's ending the season on a high, finally beating Ohio State, going ahead and winning the Big Ten championship. It's about defense for both these teams. And Michigan's got the great ends with Adaju and, of course, Aiden Hutchinson. And Georgia has something to prove after being a dominant defense all year before giving up a bunch of points to Alabama. So this is going to be about the turnover battle. It's going to be about which team makes the less mistakes, whether it's turnovers, whether it's penalties or whatnot. But the stars are aligning for Michigan. Obviously, JT Daniels out with COVID. He's supposed to play, but he hasn't practiced. I expect Michigan to win in the competitive game. I'm going to say 24-21, Michigan.
Okay. I feel like both of these teams are one of the best. But I feel like Michigan's offense has been great. They've been ready for this opportunity in the playoffs. But Georgia, I feel like their defense is overrated a lot. I mean, they've got a pretty great offense. I'm saying that. I mean, defense, sorry. I'm saying that. But it's not really going to help. I mean, they got better than Ohio State, but it's not really going to help if you face all those bad teams like Missouri, Charleston Southern, Mississippi State. I don't think their defense that's like a practice versus other teams, like one of these teams in Georgia. So really, Michigan's going to play a great game. Georgia's not going to expect this. When Georgia won the game, they were so confident because they faced all the easy teams. Alabama just went in and pushed them away. So, Michigan, I feel like they're going to do the same thing versus Georgia. I feel like Georgia will give up some points versus this Wolverines offense. But, first of all, Michigan, Aiden Hutchinson going to get some sacks this game. So, I really got Michigan winning this one 38-24. Well, thank you guys for watching. That is the end of the bowl games. And make sure to watch those two bowl games and make sure to never miss a pick-em video or NFL lineup video. And make sure to hit that subscribe button. Well, make the subscribe button gray. Hit that like button. Turn on notifications button. Post a comment. And we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Peace.